It sounded, admittedly, almost comic at first, but it's not comic. And I expect most of you have probably read about it and heard about it by now. A body drops into a garden from the sky under a flight path towards Heathrow from a plane. Apparently, we don't know much about it at the moment, but we believe the body fell from the nose gear wheel well of the plane. Just think about that for a second, and just think about it as a human being. Look, if you're a twat, a racist, a fascist, a little neo-Nazi, you're gonna celebrate, aren't you? Because you're gonna celebrate another chance to hate. Because that's what you do best, isn't it? And I've already seen your comments on Facebook. Not the ones, perhaps, that people make kind of unintentionally humorous statements, but they're already coming up all over the place on Facebook. Must have been a drug smuggler. Oh, they'll do anything to get over here. Oh, they want our housing, they want our benefits, they want the streets paved with gold. Well, this one didn't make it. Drug smuggling has been suggested. Perhaps this was a drug smuggler. What is wrong with the world that it seems to be run and fueled by absolute hate? I've said this before, it's so obvious, isn't it? Yeah? Hate. Visceral. The kind of hate you can feel. The hate that is almost something you can taste, you can sense. It is in your bones. You have to hate somebody, don't you? One of the reasons why we are seeing these responses and this hate, absolute hate, is being generated by the people that voted for Brexit. That level of hate and racism is just generated by them. Hateful people who thrive on having something or somebody to hate. What has happened to humanity? A person, alive, probably by then actually dead human being, falls out of the sky onto the ground. Yes, of course I would be concerned. I'm awfully glad that the body didn't kill anybody. I'm awfully glad about that. I'm sure that if the person was very, very near to it, I'm sure they will have been traumatised, shocked. I'm absolutely sure about that. I think if I was out in my garden and a corpse suddenly landed so many feet or more meters away from me, I don't know how I'd react. I think I'd be terrified. I'd certainly be shocked. But I'd be a human being. What the hell is it with people? Yeah? Why have they got to hate? How much has all this crap around Brexit brought out the hate in human beings, the racism in human beings, the fascist, Nazi, nasty part of people? I cannot believe it. A person was so desperate maybe they were smuggling drugs, I don't know, that they stowed away in the nose wheel well of a jet aircraft. That is, as you know, not heated, there is no oxygen supply, and despite what some people may think, and I tell you this as a bit of an aviation geek, from the nose wheel there is no door into any heated cargo compartment or cargo compartment with breathable atmosphere. There is no such door, it doesn't exist. How desperate was somebody to come here or to just get away from where they were, that they went to that extreme? I don't really care if they had 4 kilograms of heroin on them. I don't really care. Honestly, I don't care. They were a human being. And people are on there now, sick little individuals, celebrating the fact. What have we come to as the human race? Everything fueled by hate and division. And anybody that even tries to look at the tragedy, the awfulness of this, the sheer human suffering of this, is immediately deemed a snowflake. Don't believe it. This country it's dreadful. It's dreadful. It's awful. It's a terrible place to be. It's all about hate and people who hate and the next lot of people you're supposed to hate for probably what Orwell would have called hate week. Hate. Let's turn our backs on it, shall we? We're better than that. As human beings.